بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا محمد الصادق الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وعنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. أهلا بكم في درس جديد في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية، هو الدرس قبل الأخير في هذا المنهج. نتمنى إن شاء الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يكون درسا ممتع وشيق. Let's start with today's lesson. Today we are going to talk about theme for Unit 4. Theme for Unit 4, which is being an Omani citizen. In this lesson we are going to talk about how to be a good Omani citizen, and we are going to express or to look at the opinion of some of the students answering certain questions related to this topic. The aims of today's lesson is to develop students' understanding of citizenship and to improve ability to give extended spoken answers by providing reasons, examples and opinions. And finally, to improve listening skills by identifying keywords or phrases to listen for in listening task. Let's start. We are going to be on page 56 and 57 on your course book and page 50 and 51 in your workbook. Okay, let's have a look at your workbook, page 56. And here we have a question. A very lovely question indeed. It says, what does being an Omani citizen mean to you? This question is a very lovely question. I have asked some of my students this question and they have came with very lovely answers. Let's see what does Muhra Raqadi say in this recording or answering this question when I said, what does being an Omani citizenship mean to you? She said, and we'll listen to her.
Well, actually, being an Omani citizen is something that always makes you proud and pleasure because, of course, Oman is a country that represents safety and peace. Its citizens are very generous, peaceful, and kind. However, the Sultan of Oman always leads his people on the path of Islam, and just as Oman, well, actually...
So, this was one of the answers, lovely answers for this question, when she was talking about what does being an Omani citizen to her. Now, I need you to move to activity number 2, page 56. In here, we are going to read information about alien below, underline the keywords or phrases to listen for. Then listen to the interview with alien and answer the multiple choice question. So first, you are going to underline the keywords, then you are going to listen to the conversation or to the interview and answer the following multiple choice questions. Let's have first of all read what does Ellen work and what does she do. She said, hi, I am Ellen. I am 30 years old and I work as a marine biologist. I was born in England, but I have lived in Oman since I was 6 weeks old or 6 weeks old. In 2018, I officially became an Omani citizen. So this is an Omani citizen in here, and she's talking about her experience of being an Omani citizen and what does that mean to her. So before going through listening, we have 4 questions in here. First question says, how does Ellen define citizenship? 2, why did Ellen decide to become an Omani citizen? And 3 says, which of the 4 words does Ellen use to describe Oman? And number 4, how does Ellen think is similar to Omani born in Oman? So now you are going to listen to the interview and don't forget to circle the correct answer that you are going to hear. Let's start.
Listening 4.4.1. Okay, I'd like to introduce our guest today, Elaine Looker. Hello, Elaine.
Hello.
So, Elaine, we are interviewing you today because you were born in the UK, but you have now become an Omani citizen.
Yes, I have.
So my first question is, what does citizenship mean to you?
To me, citizenship means how you act in your community.
Why did you decide to become an Omani citizen?
I wanted to be an Omani citizen because that's how I identify myself. I look British, I sound British, but I've spent most of my life here, so I feel more Omani than British. I know I don't dress or sound like an Omani, but I do share a love of Oman, like any other Omani.
What do you love about Oman?
I love Oman because it's my home. It's peaceful and hospitable. Omani people are very friendly and welcoming, and they are very proud of their country. It's a very family-orientated society, and that's important to me. It's not the same in the UK. I also love having an outdoor life. Oman's nature is very diverse. You can spend your weekends on the sea, at the beach, hiking in wadis or in the mountains, or you can go into the desert.
What do you think your responsibilities as an Omani citizen are?
Oman has very strong moral and cultural values, and I think it's my responsibility as a citizen to uphold these values. I'm a marine biologist, and I'm really passionate about Oman's marine life. I want to contribute to Oman by helping educate people about the marine life here. I also want to preserve it because it can be so easily damaged through overfishing and development, especially with all the new hotels being built along the coast. I feel it's my duty to spread awareness about an issue that I'm passionate about.
In what ways are you similar or different to an Omani who was born in Oman?
I'm similar to Omanis who were born in Oman because I'm very proud of the country and what it has achieved and how it sets an example in the Middle East. I'm different because I don't dress like an Omani on a daily basis or eat Omani food on a daily basis, and I can't speak Arabic fluently, although I hope to improve my Arabic. Also, I would never drop litter from my car because it's really bad for the environment.
What 3 words would you choose to describe Omanis?
Omanis are hospitable, proud, and generous.
Thank you very much, Elaine. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
So, we have listened to Elaine and that she was talking or having an interview with someone, and let's have a look at the answers in there. So how does Elaine define citizenship or citizenship? Yeah, she said that it is how a person acts in their community. Why did Elaine decided to become an Omani citizen? What was the answer, do you think? Yeah, because she feels more Omani than British after spending most of her life in Oman. The third question said, what are the 4 words she used to define Oman? She said it is peaceful and hospitable, it is family oriented and diverse country, also diverse country when she was talking about the places in Oman. How does Elaine think she is similar to Omani born in Oman? She said that maybe she cannot speak fluent Arabic and she doesn't dress like Omani, but she is, yes, she is really proud of the country. She is really proud of the country. Good. Now, we have to listen again to the listening, but I think it is really enough, and you have got the answers. When she was asked, what are the 2 things does Elaine mentioned when she was asked about her responsibility as an Omani citizen? Okay? Do you remember what she was saying? Yes. She said that it is her responsibility to uphold Omani's strong morals and cultural value. And she also that, she said, since she's a marine biologist, she said her responsibility as a marine biologist is to educate people about marine life in Oman and to preserve it because it can be easily damaged by overfishing and by the development of new hotels along the coast. So these are some of the answers that she have answered the question when she was asked about her responsibility as an Omani citizen. Okay, here are some of the sound bits that she had used to describe her opinion when she was asked those certain questions. Let's hear these sound bites, and this is really important because you can use them in your evaluative writing next time. Let's hear it.
Listening 4.4.2. Sound bites. Making statements. To me, citizenship means how you act in your community. I love Oman because it's my home. I think it's my responsibility as a citizen to uphold Oman's strong moral and cultural values. I want to contribute to Oman by helping educate people about marine life here. I feel it's my duty to spread awareness about an issue I'm passionate about. I'm very proud of the country and what it has achieved. Omanis are hospitable, proud, and generous.
Good. So we have heard that sound bites. Now those students have been asked, list 5, this is in your course book page 57, if you can see. So now it says list 5 or more words you would use to describe Oman and Omani people. I've collected some of those words from my dear students, and we have came with those lovely adjectives. They said friendly, helpful, humble, patient, enthusiastic, diverse, family-oriented, welcoming, peaceful, traditional, hospitable, beautiful, and proud. Those are some of the adjectives that you can use to describe Omani people or even your country, Oman. Good. Now, let's move to this lovely part in here. It says, the questions below are from the interview with Ellen. Make some notes about your own answers to these questions. Here are the questions she has been asked. She said, the first question, what does citizenship mean to you? The second question, what do you love about Oman? Third question, what do you think your responsibilities as an Omani citizen are? The last question, in what ways are you similar or different to Ellen? So I have asked those questions to some of my students, and they have came with those lovely answers in here. So when I asked Qusay Al-Ma'mari about what does citizenship means to him, he said, to me, citizenship means belonging to the homeland, serving the nation for good and bad, sharing rights and duties with others. And also, Ayel Jabri said to the same question, citizenship is belonging to the homeland, and it's important to me because it makes me feel belonging and responsible for this country. The same question was answered by Bara Shidi when she said, citizenship is belonging to the land in which we were born, working as much as we can to develop and prosper and defend every spot in it, in every time and in every place. Good. The second question says, what do you love about Oman? And here, Sami Muhammad, who is from Pakistan, he said, one of my students, dear student, saying hi to him. He said, the thing that I like about Oman is that they are so friendly with all people, and they know how to respect foreigners and how to treat them. The second thing is that they don't care where you are from or what is your religion. They behave with all as they are human beings. The last thing that I like the most is that they all have strong relations, either with their families, neighbors, or with anyone else. They like to share everything, and that's why they are living their life so happy. And Wassan al-Balushi respond to this question by saying that all people in Oman are united together without any discrimination, and how peaceful Oman is. The third question said, what do you think your responsibilities as an Omani citizen are? Hajar Ruhaili said, we should love our country and fight to protect our country. Y. Al-Jabri also said, in my opinion, it is the preservation of the homeland and its belongings. Feeling of responsibility is an important matter for the homeland and its progress and development. Third question also was answered by Bara Shidi when she said, it's obvious that being an Omani citizen holds many responsibilities toward the country itself and toward the citizens. One of my responsibilities is working hard in studying to build Oman. One of my most important duties is to defend the land in which I was born and grown up and contributed in the development of its various fields. For myself, the most important thing that a citizen can do toward his homeland is to leave a mark in the sky. And this is my main goal, which is leaving a mark in the sky of Oman. We are sure that you are, and all of the students are going to leave a nice and good mark in the sky of the Sultanate. 4, in what ways are you similar or different to Ilan? And here Al-Muayyad Shakhsi says, living in a country like Oman is great. I feel very happy and proud of being an Omani citizen, as it is the country of peace. Oman has good relations with all countries of the world, so living in it makes me feel safe. Oman offers everything it has for the benefits of its citizen. So I have to be part of building this good land. First, I must learn to contribute to the development of my country, Oman, as Ilan is doing. Good. So these were some of the answers for the 4 questions. And I have got many answers, but I have chosen those answers because of the time. Now I need you to move to your workbook, page 50. And here, let's have a look at activity number 1. It says, there are 3 people below were asked the questions. What does being an Omani citizen mean to you? Read the answers, predict the missing words or phrases, then listen and check your prediction. So you are going to listen to Basil, Iman, and Mazin talk answering this question. Now I need you to read those dialogues in here and predict the words. Okay, as you are listening, check if your prediction was right. So you have 1 minute to read, then we are going to play the listening. Okay, it's time to start listening. Let's listen.
Listening 4.4.3.
To me, being an Omani citizen means that we should respect everyone, regardless of their race, tribe, color, or gender. It is our duty to promote tolerance and live in peace. It is also our duty to represent Oman and create a good impression of our country and people.
To me, being an Omani citizen is about being proud of our country and heritage. It's our responsibility to uphold Omani values and traditions. We wear traditional dress because this is a big part of our identity. It is also very important to us to be hospitable and welcome visitors and guests to our country. This is a very old tradition.
Although Omanis all come from different tribes, we are united as one country. It's our responsibility as citizens to work for the progress of the country. Oman used to be very different in the past. It has changed a lot. Our lives have changed a lot, but we still maintain our traditional values and customs. That is what makes us Oman.
Good. Now let's move to the answers and check your predictions and check your work. It says that to me being an Omani citizenship means that we should what? Yes, we should respect everyone regardless of their race, tribe, color, gender. It's our duty to promote tolerance and live in peace. It's also our duty to represent Oman and create good what? Create good what? Good impression of our country and people. This is what Basil has said. Good. Let's move to what does Iman say. It says, to me, being an Omani citizen is about being for what? Being proud of our country and heritage. It's our responsibility to uphold Omani, yes, values and traditions. We wear traditional dress because it is big part of our identity. It's also very important to us to be hospitable and welcoming visitors and guests to our country. This is very old tradition. And Mazen said, although Omanis all came from different tribes, we are united as one country. It's our responsibility as citizen to work for the progress of the country. Oman used to be very different in the past. It has changed a lot. Our lives has changed a lot, but we still maintain our traditions, values, and customs. That is what makes us Omani. Nice. Here are some of the phrases that you may use to express your opinion when you are asked certain questions. For example, it says in one, you can change those underlined phrases and replace them with those in the green. It says, to me, for example, to me, being a good student means, to me, citizen rights mean, to me, road safety means. These are some expressions that you can use to express, for example, or talk about certain topics that you are asked. I want to contribute to my community or to my school, to my country, or to protecting the environment by, I think it is my responsibility as what? As a brother and sister, or as a friend, or as a Muslim, to do what? Good. I love living in Oman because, also you can say I love English because, I love certain food or certain sport. There's some ways to express your opinion when you are right. For example, ask to give your opinion about certain thing. Good. Here are more questions. In page 51 in your workbook, it says, Use your idea from activity 3 to complete the statement instructing people how to be responsible citizen. Discuss your statements or sentences with your partner. One says, being a responsible citizen means the term ethical responsibilities means 3. You can contribute to your country or to your community by 4. It's your responsibility as a citizen too. And 5 says you can contribute to protecting the environment by doing certain things. These questions also, or those questions have been asked I have asked some students those questions. And Rawan Humaid said, responding to being a responsible citizenship mean to her, that I spend my time protecting the country and doing the best to improve my country. It also means respecting the law of the country and helping others. 2. Ghadir Al-Farsi says, the term ethical responsibility means loyalty to the country through good deeds, sacrificing the soul for the homeland, serving the homeland in all fields. 3. Joha Humaid Al-Amri said, you can contribute to your country by doing volunteer work, donating blood, participating in election. I can also participate in charitable work and help the poor and needy. As for the most important thing for me in this period is to study or is studying hard in order to benefit people of my knowledge in the future. And Ghassan Al-Mahdhouri said, responding to, is your responsibility as a citizenship to what? To vote, volunteer in your community, and to educate oneself of the issues within your local and world community also. Nice. The last question was answered by Joha Al-Amri. You can contribute to protecting the environment by reducing the causes of global warming, such as burning and manufacturing. Also, use reusable things, and buying less plastic can help protecting the environment. In addition, getting involved and volunteering on cleanups. So now let's move to use 2. We have seen certain things in here, and this have been discussed in theme 4 unit 2. Let's talk more and revise certain things about use 2, because it's a really important thing to talk about. What is use 2? Use 2 is when we are talking about habits or states in the past. Habits or state in the past, but it's no longer going on. English often use this form to contrast the past and the present. To contrast the past and the present. So mainly, or sometimes we may find that the same sentence, something referring to the past, while the other part refers to the present, and comparing between those 2 states. Like in this picture, she used to travel a lot, and now she's staying at home. Okay. Let's see some examples in here. It says 1. We use or used to can be used with the past form of the verb to talk about past habit. We use it with the past form, which is infinitive, to talk about past habit. Like in here, we used to play. Play is an infinitive. We used to play tennis every day, but now we prefer golf. As we said, this one talking about the past, while this one talk about the present. They used to play tennis all the time, but now they prefer golf. The second sentence I said, we can also use to talk about fixed states at same identifying time in the past. So something was true in the past, but no longer. Like in here, we used to live in London. We used to live also in here as an infinitive in London before we moved to Sydney. They used to live in London, but now they are not living in London, they are living in Sydney. Something was true in the past, but is no longer going on. Good. Here are more explanation in here. Look at the pictures in here. It says, Nicola doesn't travel much these days. Okay? Now, she doesn't travel much these days, but she prefers to stay at home. Okay? But she used to travel a lot. She used to go away 2 or 3 times a year. This thing was true in the past, but nowadays she prefers staying at home. Okay? So when we are comparing between something in the past and something in the present, so we said she used to travel a lot in the past. She used to travel a lot in the past, but she doesn't do this anymore. But she doesn't do this anymore. In the past, she used to travel, but nowadays she doesn't travel. This one in the past, while this one in the present. Let's have a look at more examples. Sometimes, for something used to happen, it means it happened often in the past, but it's no longer happening. Something, if we say something used to happen, it happened in the past for a period of time, but it's no longer happening. Like in here, it says one, I used to play tennis a lot, but I don't play very much now. So he was playing tennis at that time, but now he's not playing. Look again, this is the past, this is the present. David used to spend lots of money on clothes. These days he cannot afford it. He cannot afford it. Good. The same thing. Do you go to cinema much? No, not now, but I used to. I used to, but no longer doing it. So as you can see, how to form it? It's really easy. Used to plus the infinitive. Used to, again, used to plus the infinitive. Why I'm emphasizing the T? Because let's have a look in here. We also use used to for things that were true in the past. As we said, something was true in the past, but no longer going on. Like in here, this building is now a furniture shop. It used to be a cinema. It used to be a cinema. It used to be a cinema, but it's no longer a cinema. I used to think Mark was unfriendly, but now I realized he is a very nice person. I have started drinking tea recently. I've never used to like it before. Now let's have a look at never. Never is to make a sentence negative. But how to use it? We use never with used to. We don't change anything in used to. We don't change anything. Just put never used to. Again, never with used with the D. It's okay. Lisa used to have the infinitive in here, very long hair, when she was a child. Good. Now we have to differentiate between use and used to. Use is a different verb, which is using something. I use, or even I said I used. For example, I used my mobile phone to call you last day. This is used. But used to is a different thing. Used to is a different word, which means I was, in a habit of doing certain thing in the past, but no longer doing it. Good. Now, how to form a question from it? Have a look in here. You may have it in the examination. Did you, we start with did because since it is past tense. Did you use? Why is that? Because this is the infinitive. We have moved the time to the beginning of the sentence. So this is the infinitive. We need the infinitive because here is the time. Here is the time indeed. So if you have a question, we say, did you use to eat? Don't say, did you used to eat? The only thing that use to comes like we use used to only with didn't and did. Okay? So don't say, for example, did you used to? Or don't say even I used to. I used to. There's nothing called I used to. There's I used to. Or if you can just move the D when you are using it in negative or in questions. Let's have a look at the negative in here. It says, I didn't use to. I didn't use to like him. I didn't use to like him. I said also we can use never with no change in the D. Good. So what is the difference between if I say I used to do something or I was doing something? It says I used to watch television a lot. It means that I used or I watched television often in the past but no longer doing it. But when I said I was watching television when Rob came, it says that I was in the middle of watching something. I was in the middle of watching something, which is the past continuous. Past continuous. Good. There is a big difference between I used to and I am used to. I used to, it means something that I was doing in the past and no longer doing it. But if I said I am used to doing, with ing, I am used to doing certain things, it means that I can do it, I bear it, it's okay with me, there's no problem with me. I am doing it now. I am used to speaking in English. I am used to speak in English, which means that it's okay with me. I am used to, I'm doing it right now. Good. More further examples, like in here the question, do you use, as we said, do you use to write? And I used to, see, I used to eat, and I used to eat also. In the negative sentence, we said I didn't use, the same thing, I didn't use, and here I didn't use. Okay, let's answer those questions in here. Okay, it says, in 1980, there be laptop computers. You may have certain things in the examination with two multiple choices, for example. And let's see, one of the things that you may do is to delete the wrong answers, to leave you with certain options that could be used in there. Okay, let's see, for example, used to, the first option. Can we use used to? No, because we said there is no word called used to unless there is a negative or didn't before it or a question. So there is no question and there is no negation. So used to cannot be used. Okay, used to, yeah, it work. Didn't use to, maybe it could work also. And using to, it doesn't work. We said nothing called using to. So should we have it in affirmative or in negative? Look in here, in 19th, there, for example, they didn't use to be laptops. They didn't use to be laptops. Good. Two. So teacher, they may ask, teacher, why don't we use the used to? It is grammatically correct, but the meaning, what for the meaning, didn't use to is the correct answer. Two, when I was young, I like spicy food. I adore it now. Oh, look at the meaning. Look at the meaning. I adore it. It means I love it. So something was different. Something was different. If I like it now, I didn't like it before. So used to, of course, we said doesn't work. Used to, it worked, grammatically work, but the meaning maybe this is still the same. I used to like it and I love it. So it doesn't work. Is used to, we said nothing about is used to. Never used to. Can we use it with making a negative sentence? Yes, we can use it. So the answer is what? I never used to like spicy food. I adore it now. 3, in the past, Oman to have many expatriates. So uses, no. Used to, maybe. Didn't use or didn't used. There's nothing called didn't used. So we have only 2 answers in here. Either the positive or the negative. Look at the meaning. Yes, so didn't used to. Didn't used to. 4, Children to school. There were no cars in our village. Okay, look at the meaning first. Yeah, we need a positive sentence or affirmative sentence. Used to work. No. Why? Because nothing called use. Used to work. It could work. Yes. Are used. No. Didn't use to. The meaning won't work. So the answer is what? The answer is used to work. The answer is used to work. 5. Before 1970, there didn't, have a look in here, they didn't shopping malls. So if we have didn't, can we use used to? No, because there is a D. No. Used to be, shopping malls, using, no, used, no. So the only suitable answer is what? Used to. Used to. 6 says she to like chocolate, but she does now. Does now. So we have a negative in here. This one won't work. Never used to. What? Can we use never used to? No, because look in here, there's no D. There's no D. With never we have D. Used, she used to, the meaning won't work, and the only answer is she didn't use to. She didn't use to. 7 says, look in here, it's a question. It's a question. Is he used to study French? So the only answer is did. Is it won't work? Does, yeah, it could work. Did or does or has not worked. So which one of those two will work? Of course, did. Why? Because we are talking about the past. We are talking about the past. We are talking about the past. Good. Let's move to 8. Abdullah to eat meat, but now he is a vegetarian. But now he is a vegetarian. So what is that? Exactly. So he used to. He used to. The meaning says that he used to. Didn't use won't work because of this one. Use this one, it won't work also, and didn't use, it may work grammatically, but the meaning doesn't go with it. 9. Life to cost very little in Muscat, but now it is quite expensive. Life used to, using it won't work, and didn't use to or didn't used to. So this one won't work because of ed. So we have only used to or didn't used to. Which one do you think? Yes, it is used to. Is used to cost very little because of the meaning. Good. When I lived in Italy, we to go to the little restaurant near our house. It is really clear. There is no using to. We didn't use, maybe it could work, but the meaning won't work. We didn't use it, as we said, no. So the only answer, the only meaningful answer is in here is to use it to. We used to. 11, there's a question. Did you, so what, if it is a question, what should we have in here? Yes, it is the infinitive of use, which is what? Use. It is use. Good. And 12 says, Ahmed to be the best student in the class, but now Moza is the best. Nice. So Ahmed, is it? Of course, used to, because this one won't work, using to wouldn't work, and this one won't work. The only one that could work is used to. This is a question also, 13. This is a question. What should we do? What should we do? Of course, since we have this one, would it differ? No. Singular, plural, no, because we are talking about the past. We are talking about the past. So the only answer is what? Did. Did you used to exercise regularly? Nice. And 14 says, it to rain a lot here, but now the climate is dry. So it, what? It used to. It used to rain a lot here. And see, so this is the end of our lesson for today. I hope it was really fruitful and useful and you have enjoyed it. Inshallah, till the next time we are going to meet each other. Study well, study hard, and your goals are really so close. And wish you all the best, inshallah.